Hi guys, and thank you for coming back to What's Lou Cooking. Today we're going to cook two different recipes in this video, and I hope you guys enjoy. This is the recipe that everybody always asks me for. It's the guacamole, or guacamole, and then we have our Pico De Gallo, or our salsa. So these are super easy, super fast to make, and practically I've done it even easier since I already have everything prepped. Cut everything to your liking. We like chunky salsa and chunky guacamole, so here we go. Alright, so what we need for the Pico De Gallo is you need some tomatoes, you need some cilantro, some onions, some jalapenos, and some lemons or limes. In Mexico we call them limones, so I get confused with limes, but limes, salt, and pepper, and that's what you're going to need for the salsa. Now for the guacamole, or for the Pico De Gallo. For the guacamole you're going to need some avocados, some tomatoes, some chiles en vinagre, which I will tell you more about, some lime juice, and some cilantro. And that's going to be it. So, we're going to start with the salsa, or the Pico De Gallo. I have about 3 or 4 tomatoes, and I diced up an onion, which I'm going to use for both of them. So I'm just going to take half the onion and pour it into the salsa here. This is actually the second time that we do this video, because my children were screaming in the background last time. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to take half the cilantro. Alright. And we're going to take our jalapenos. There's different types of peppers, but in this case we're using jalapenos. If you want your recipe to be spicier, you can use serranos. Jalapenos are a bigger pepper. They're a little bit thicker and about that size. Now if you use a serrano, it's a lot thinner and it's spicier. Do not put 3 or 4 jalapenos without tasting them first or taking a bite out of them to see how spicy they're going to be. I know that Kenny and I can withstand some heat, so I did add 2 of them. So here's what that looks like. Okay. Alright, some lime juice. Now about the limes. Usually what I like to do is I get a lime that's, you know, pretty, you can push on it, so it's soft, not too soft, because if it's too soft, I don't know, it's not going to be good. Probably a bad lime. But if it's hard, you're not going to get much juice out of it. So what you want to do is you can roll it to get more juice out of it. Or also what you can do is pop this in the microwave for a few seconds and it will loosen up the juices. So I've already pretty much done mine here, sliced them. I think I'm going to do about 1.5 limes. And it would have been easier if I would have had my lime juice squeezer. Alright. There, that one's a juicy one. So I'm going to do 2. Since I have quite a bit of tomatoes here. Alright. There's that. Clean those hands. Alright. We're going to add some salt. And some pepper. Alright. Let's see. So just start mixing. And this is called your Pico De Gallo. This is, you can eat it with several different things. Chips and salsa. You can eat it on tacos, carne asada, which is grilled Mexican steak. You can eat it with a variety of things. So this is our Pico De Gallo, and this is the way we make it at our house, or chips and salsa. If you want to, you can also smash it even more, or not smash it, but cut it even smaller, and it could be just a very, very thin salsa. Alright, so that is what our salsa looks like. Alright, so now for our guacamole. What I'm going to do is the remainder of my onion, I am going to squeeze a couple limes, or 1 lime in there. What it does is it cuts the taste of the onion so that it's not so raw, and so that's why we pop that in there. Alright. And then we're going to move on to our aguacates, or avocados. Alright, here's an avocado. Here's a couple tricks about avocados. The best way to know how your avocado is ready, or when it's ready, is it's soft. You can't really push on it too much, but it's soft, okay? There's this little thing, which is where the stem used to be. If you pop it, you can see if it's green, it means that it's good. Now if it's brown, then it means your avocado is going to be brown, okay? So, to open the avocado or cut it open, what we're going to do is go around. So you're going to go like so, put your knife into it, and twist around. And I cut a little bit high this time, and then just turn it. So like so. Now this pit, a lot of people just go like so and end up slicing their hand or cutting themselves. So what I like to do is you can squeeze it out, or I just like to pop it in and then pull this little guy out. Boom, there he goes. So to slice it, or to the diced, if you can tell my avocados are diced here. They're not like perfectly diced, but they help you in the process of making your avocado less chunky. So you just go like so, and make sure you press very lightly because you don't want to cut through and end up cutting yourself. So you just like that. That's also how you can make slices. So, and the other way. And then you just pull it out with your spoon. And there it is. Nice and beautiful. We're going to do that again. Alright. And, again, here we go. Like I said, I cut it a little bit too high, so I ended up cutting that. Okay, we're going to move that out of the way. Alright, if you want your avocado, or your guacamole less chunky, use one of these forks, which is like a meat fork, and just start smashing your avocados. And so what's going to happen, it's going to change the consistency of it, and it's going to make it a lot smoother, as you can tell. So that's what we're going to do. We like chunky guacamole around here, but I'm just going to make this avocado like so. Alright, we got that. Now, these are 3 large tomatoes, and like I like a lot of tomatoes on mine, but you can, this is all to preference, guys. You can literally change it so that you don't have to put as much of anything that I am putting. You don't have to put onions if you don't like it. My sister does not like onions, so what she does is she keeps them out, and you can. I am going to leave them just to sit in their juice in the meantime. I'll put the rest of the cilantro, or cilantro. Alright. And then, chiles en vinagre. What are chiles en vinagre? These are the jalapeno peppers that we use, but they've been pickled. So they have a vinegar juice in there. And what they do is they pickle them with a little bit of carrots, some onions, some seasonings. And so you get these. You don't have to get this specific brand. We use every brand. We've purchased from low-end to high-end brands. It does not matter. Jalapenos are going to taste the same. Okay? So what I like to do, to keep my avocados or my guacamole from turning into a brown color, I pour a little bit of this vinegar juice, which is also going to help give it a smoother texture. Pour it in there, and then you can always add more. And so what I did is I took these peppers, like so, took the stem off of them. Some of them already come pre-sliced, so you don't have to do any of that. So I cut that out, threw it in the garbage, obviously, and then cut them up like so. So now they're really small. Again, it's heat to preference. So if you want it spicy, add a lot of these. If you don't want it spicy, just kind of start with one and see how that goes. If you need a little bit more, you can add more, but you can never take the heat away. So, there we go. Now I'm going to add the onions, like so. I need that spoon. Alright, let's see. So I'm just going to mix. Mix this baby up. And again, this is not your traditional guacamole, because traditional guacamole is pretty green. This is like a Pico De Gallo guacamole. So it's got the tomato, it's got the onions, the cilantro, it's got the jalapenos. So this is what it looks like. Okay. Now, another little trick for storing guacamole. Whenever you have guacamole, you know how it turns brown the next day? what I would recommend, and what we always do here at my house, either using stick in a Ziploc bag, which is, you know, a good way to do it because and seal all the air out of it, or if you want to keep it in the container, just smooth it out like so, and then once you have smoothed it out, you can put some saran wrap over it or some plastic wrap and just cover it completely very, very tight for it to not oxidize, which is what happens when oxygen gets to the avocado and it turns it brown. So there it is. Okay, so we have our Pico De Gallo. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little taste test. So I have my chips here and I'm going to taste it, see if it needs anything. I know because I made it, I'm going to say this, but it's perfect. So, just saying. Let's see. The salsa, or the Pico De Gallo, might need a little bit more salt. Again, it's perfect. Alright. So, these two recipes, sorry guys, super, super easy. Again, if you're going to store the salsa, don't worry, it's not going to change any color, but this, make sure you seal that saran wrap tight to the guacamole, or guacamole, so that it's nice and tight and you don't get oxidation. I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes. We want to continue to do this, and we hope we get your support and your love, which we have been getting, and we're completely overwhelmed, and we thank you for stopping by again, because obviously we're doing something right. So, thank you guys, and have a nice day.